All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. It is the AMAs today. Ask Me Anything with Robert Hollis. Saturday, September 30th, the last day of September. Oh my goodness. Lots of lots of great things that are going to happen in the as we wrap up the year, and I'm sure we're going to enjoy hearing from Robert in just a moment. A couple of things to let you know about as we get started with our AMAs. If you do have a question to ask of Robert, it's very simple. You can ask in the chats. In other words, if you're watching us on YouTube, put it in the chat. We will ask the question on your behalf. If you're watching on Zoom, you can do the same thing. But the beauty of Ask Me Anything is that you get the opportunity to ask Robert a question personally, one-on-one. Well, I mean, through the use of our famous Zoom stream here, but you get to ask him directly a question, any question. That's why it's called Ask Me Anything. And so we're going to get started here in just a moment. If you're watching us on YouTube, please hit the like button. And if you have not done so already, hit the subscribe button plus the bell so you're notified that whenever we do broadcasts like this on YouTube, because we do them all the time, every day at noon, then on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern for our special exclusive group, The Inner Circle. And you got to go to roberthollis.com/join to do that. Click on the button down below here that says join, and you can be a part of that Inner Circle. Plus, we also have our podcasts that take place every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Lots happening here. But before we get started, Robert, I found a great vibe, which I love from Terry. Oh, these vibes are incredible, and I think they're kind of appropriate for a lot of what is taking place with people today as we are dealing with a lot of the things that are going on in today's society. Here it is. Be thankful that you're not where you used to be in life. You've outgrown so much and you're still learning. You've survived a lot and it made you a better person. Give yourself credit for making it this far. Some of your best days are ahead of you. Keep going. And most important, don't give up.
Nice.
Yeah. So Terry Hollis sends out these vibes of the day every day. Thank you, Terry. Love you for that. And love your insight and your sharing, along with, of course, the gentleman that I'm going to introduce today, whose channel, by the way, right now has 6,152 subscribers. Let's keep it going. Let's get to 6,200. But in the meantime, this is the gentleman who is, as Melody and I were talking about just the other day, our GPS to success, a very dear friend and friend-tor. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? He wants to help you, each and every one of you, succeed. So without further ado, let's get this AMA started with the amazing Robert Hollis!
Thank you, Craig, the hostess with the mostest. Hello, everyone. I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for getting on here. And I'm really excited to be able to share with each and every one of you some really cool stuff. I've been getting a lot of messages lately because of the videos that I've been doing the last week. If you haven't got a chance to check them out, what kind of consumer are you? Your business philosophy. I'm still getting a lot of emails and stuff about. Are you kidding me? So. It's like, again, everything in life, we got to sort of have the right mindset, the right philosophy to make things happen. And one of the things I was just going back and forth with one of my leaders in Colombia, and he says he keeps running into these people that immediately they mentally in their mind can't even grab what brand bucks are about, right? And I'm going, so if you're going to buy products, do you want to buy them at the least amount, the deepest discount? Yes or no? You know what I mean? Yeah, but I don't know if I buy that much product. you can use it forever. So you can eventually, you don't have to buy all at one time to qualify your position. Your position's qualified, and now you can, buy them over time. And then you got another person that will say, yeah, I don't know. And my mentor, I want to share this with you. And I know when I say this to people are going to go, I don't know. But I love saying this because it'll get your mind in the right spot. And I can remember me struggling with, again, the employee mentality and years 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 of programming of being an employee and being a consumer, right? So that's always going to come back and bite you because you got that programmed in there forever. So you got to get it out. And my mentor one time said to me, I said to him, yeah, someone told me that they thought the products, I was marketing water filters. And he said, the water filters are too expensive. And he's going, so let me get this correct. You'd be willing not to have freedom for you and your family and being able to financially do things for you and your family because of one person saying that they didn't like your product for whatever reason. And I was like, wow, because don't we go out there and start talking to a lot of people and then one person will say something negative or come up with an objection. And it's like what we do is we get in the bleachers with them. And then we go after our upline in our company going, hey, this person said this. It's like we're willing to take the side of the person that's not documented, that doesn't have anything going in their lives. And, so I'm learning this. And like a lot of you, I kept going back and forth with my programming. And so I said to him, and he goes, Robert, I'm going to ask you a question. I just need you to hear these two thoughts. I said, go. And he goes, what if I could document and I'll write a contract that I will pay you $10,000 a month, every single month for 5 years? And he said, if I would sign that contract with you so you didn't have to worry about your income, would you do it? And I said, of course I would. And he goes, okay, so now let me tell you what we're selling, what we're marketing. I said, go. And he said, we're selling broken glass in a plastic bag. And I went, wow. He goes, what's wrong? I go, I don't know about that. He goes, why? And I said, well, if people were buying the broken glass in a plastic bag, it's not doing anything for them. I go, I that doesn't seem right. And he goes, well, first of all, you need to understand that you don't know how to create value. And he says, do you know, I met a guy one time and he picked me up at the Beverly Hills Hotel and he had a driver and he had a Rolls Royce. And I get in the car and on the dash, Rolls Royce had a plaque that they made for him. And it said, specially designed and created for the Marble King. And he said, this guy makes millions and millions and millions of dollars and he sells marbles. He sells marbles. And he goes, so how many of you played marbles when you were a kid? And I'm 61. So I said, yeah, I played marbles as a kid. He goes, well, listen, marbles are not, kids don't play with marbles anymore. And he said, so what we did, instead of going out of business, is all we did is squeeze the marbles and made them sort of oblong. And then people started buying them to put in vases and then put fake flowers in them. So the company got bigger because they found a different reason to sell the marbles. And I went, wow, I never thought of that. He goes, Robert, here's something I want you to think about, since you said you never thought about it. Do you know how many people take care of their families and give millions to charities on a lot of things you've never thought about? And I went, okay. And he says, then guess what? They started making sheets of glass, and then when they would break the glass and it would go into broken chunks of glass, broken glass. And he said, then people put those in fireplaces and fire pits. And he said, now you go to all these fancy restaurants, these fancy hotels, fancy homes, and what has everybody got in their fireplace? Broken glass. And he said, you need to understand that just because you don't understand the value of something doesn't mean there's not a value. And again, you guys probably have heard this. My mentor wasn't very nice. He would drive a point home and really drive it home. So now here's two other points that he made. He said, Robert, do you like helping people? I said, I love helping people. He goes, what if someone said to you, I need you to do me a huge personal favor. My family, my family needs your help. I'm going, wow, how can I help you? And he says, I just got a job and I'm now selling milk for a dairy. Okay. And I want you to purchase the milk from me so I can take care of my family. So I'll have to sit down with Terry and tell her, instead of buying milk from wherever she's getting milk now, we need to purchase it from you. And he goes, yes, please. Please. And I go, okay. He goes, now your wife might find a problem with it. And I go, what's that? And he said, the milk costs twice as much as it does at the store. Oh, really? And he goes, yeah, but I really appreciate you helping me take care of my family during these hard times. He goes, Robert, you're either a person that loves helping people or you're not. And he goes, there's an $8 billion company that's the way they market. They have 3 million active, they call them independent business owners. The company's called Amway. And the people in Amway have no problems whatsoever asking people that they know to do them a huge personal favor and now get your nutrition products, your soap, your detergent. It's better quality and you can get it from me instead of getting it from Walmart, Target, Costco, or Amazon. And the reason you're doing it is to help me out. So when people try to sell for price and they think that the thing that they're marketing is not valuable, do you see where there's a problem? There's a huge problem. See, ladies and gentlemen, when I got started, now I get to sound like your parents and your grandparents, right? So I want you to get this. Listen closely. Do you guys realize that when I got involved in this industry 36 years ago, that we had to do 5,000 in personal volume a month to get paid on our group? There was a phrase called open volume, which means every month for me to get paid on the group that I already built, I needed to do 5,000 in volume, brand new volume, not underneath one of my people that are already in the business. So and I did it every month. So if you took 5,000 and you divided it by 90, can you guys imagine that you'd have to bring in 55 executives a month, every single month to get paid? But that's the way the companies were back then. And no one said, yeah, that's not fair. Are you kidding me? I was making $30,000, $40,000 a month. Now I'm really going to throw you guys over the edge. Because I met people, and I'm trying to get, 5,000 in volume. I'm trying, and I'm getting sort of stressed, and it's getting to the end of the month. Wow, isn't it crazy? It's not by accident we're doing this on the last day. And all of a sudden I was, oh my God, I'm stressed. How am I going to do this? Blah, 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 blah. And my mentor said to me, Robert, I said, what? He goes, what was your check last month? I said, 38,000. He goes, I want you to imagine that I got $38,000 in my hand. I said, imagine I got $38,000 in my hand. I said, okay. And he says, what I want you to do is give me 5,000. Give me $5,000 and I'll hand you the 38,000. Would you do that? I said, all day long. He goes, Robert, everyone that's in your position buys $5,000 in new product a month to qualify for their spot, and they give the product away. I went, what? He goes, we not only give the water filters away. He says, we give it to nonprofit organizations. We give it to the Salvation Army. We give it to Goodwill. They write us a receipt for the product that we can write off on our taxes. And I went, what? He goes, Robert, you told me you knew a lot of people that said the water filters are too expensive. And I said, yeah. He goes, buy $5,000 worth of product, qualify for your check. You get 38,000. That's 32 in profit. You get a receipt from Goodwill. And then you walk up to people that can't afford the water filters and you give it to them as a gift. So everyone that tells you, that product's too expensive. Hey, your family needs to be on it. Here's it for free. I'll write it off. Successful people think different than unsuccessful people. When I first heard that, I was going like, I can afford to do that. And now I never had to worry about qualifying for my check again. Did you hear that? So it's really amazing when you understand that the three different ways that people can consume and why this industry grows. But if you can't change your philosophy and change the way you think, You're always going to be an employee, struggling paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, constantly attracting the wrong people. So you keep attracting the wrong people because you have the wrong philosophy. Are you hearing me? Because that's your hang up. Oh my God, I think these products are too much. So everyone you attract says, you know what? The products are expensive. The products are offensive. And then you sell the product, and then you run into everybody that consistently says, hey, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a salesperson. I don't like sales. And you're like, neither do me. But see, you are not over that. Then you got another person that says, you know, I can't find anybody that got money. Do you know that's what I said when I got in? I'm not only broke, but everyone I know is broke. And he said, Robert, you're not broke. Your attitude is broke. Your thinking is broke. I'm going to show you how resourceful you are. And I'm going, yeah, Bill's just trying to sell me. This is stupid, blah, 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 blah. And then he drew out the theoretical example, how to make $5,000. And he drew it out and he drew it out. You know, these two get these two and these two get these two. And he goes, Robert, what would you do with this money? I'd go, oh my God, I'd get out of debt. I'd pay the payment on my back payments on my car. So the repo, I'd turn my electricity back on. I'd pay my back rent so I wouldn't get kicked out of my apartment. And he's going, so how would that make you feel? That'd make me feel amazing. And then he described to me, listen, I'm looking for someone that's positive, that already has nice things, has a lot of toys. And he, gave me the whole, description of the person. I said, Rick. And he goes, let me call Rick. Rick came down. My mentor, after he seen the videotape, said, where do you see yourself getting in? He said, direct. I want to come in as a direct. $5,000. Rick says, I'm coming in there. And he goes, great. Here's an application. Fill it out. And he goes, Robert, you got a second? I said, sure. He goes, listen, when Rick gets to the bottom of the application, it's going to ask who his sponsor is, who his enroller is. You don't have an ID yet. Should I put my ID in there? I go, no, this is my person. He goes, you need $35. This is the guy that I told that I was broke, had no electricity, had no resources. And I said, I'll be right back. I walked out to my cousin. He was filling out the application, Rick, the plumber. I said, can I borrow $35? He goes, yeah, no problem. Reaches in his billfold, handed me $35. See, I said I had no money, but no one made me dream. No one got me to dream about what was possible. And that put me into action and gave me faith. So now I go back to him and I go, here's $35. He goes, great, let's finish this application so we can put that on there. He goes, we got another problem. I go, now what? He goes, well, Rick is coming in as a direct distributor. And he says, get this, I make 44%. 44% I make off that order. I go, what do I make? He goes, you're not qualified. What the hell are you talking about? He goes, well, if you're not in a position to get that money, you can't get it. I go, what do I got to do to get that money? He goes, you got to be a direct distributor. You just told Rick that was $5,000. Yeah. I said, can you hang on to the order? He goes, absolutely. And I went and pawned my toolbox, my Snap-on toolbox. To get the money, to come in as direct, I got $1,000 rebate. but I also got 38% off Rick's order. You guys hear that? So when people say they don't have money, and when you say you don't have money, you just haven't shared with yourself or listened to the advantages of putting yourself in a place that you can help other people get to. Did that help you? Because if you don't change the think box, if you don't change the thinking, then you're not looking at the right people to recruit. You're not attracting the right people because you're blocking yourself because of the thoughts that you have. So how many people have noticed that they think that MDC, that it costs too much on a monthly basis to stay qualified? How many of you guys have constantly run into people that can't afford to buy product? Do you guys see that? So you keep getting these people that can't afford it. But when I met my mentor, I couldn't afford it. So he said, don't worry about that right now. Let me sit down and show you a theoretical example, a napkin presentation on where your life's going to go and the possibilities that can happen. And when he started to get me to dream about my future lifestyle, then I found ways that I wasn't willing to think about before. Don't you guys find that interesting? So there's our first part of the video. Let's go into Q&A. I love and appreciate you guys, and I, get the think box going.
All right, what a great way to start today's AMA. Thank you so much, Robert. And we do have a lot of people with questions.
Good.
So far with the hands up, I see there's Bill, James, and Jody. And I know I'm going to just say this straight up, James, we're going to call on you shortly, but I know you had questions prior to this. So I'm going to assume you'll ask those when you take your turn. So just letting you know.
But he asked questions in the group already?
Yeah, right before we even started our AMA today.
Then he
James is all over it.
Then he gets to go first.
Then so be it. Mr. Saunders, there you go. Please unmute yourself and let's get it started.
Hey, Monty.
Hey, Robert, how are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. And you?
I'm highly favored and deeply loved. I just can't control myself.
Amen, amen, and amen.
I'm starting with a question. This question, first of all, let me say welcome to Kai, because Kai is my enroller. Welcome to Jerome, because Jerome's one of my executive affiliates.
Excellent.
This question is for Rowena, who is not present. She's working right now. She's a Filipino healthcare worker. She says, her question is this. Now, typically, there are people that don't have any money. They can't buy product. You covered that. We don't need to talk about that. She asked, but people that she runs into, they have money.
Okay.
$15,000 to $20,000 a month. They have money. They have even watched the video, Steps to Success, and the $5,000 theoretic. They've done all of that. And their response is, yeah, you know what? That's pretty interesting. Of course, I tell her, you need to be saying, what did you like best? We went over that. She's skilled in being a network marketer. At least she knows.
Right.
She knows. Okay. So she hears what I say and I hear what I say. I told her name is Rowena. Rowena, this is for you. I told you I was going to ask this question for you. And Rowena, from the Philippines, I'm asking this question for you. Her primary question is what to say to someone that is making $15,000 to $20,000 a month. In other words, a person who is not lacking they watch the steps video and only say yes, that's interesting. What do you say to such a person?
Well, first of all, just because people make $15,000 or $20,000 or $30,000 a month doesn't mean they have freedom. And so she's assuming that when she sends that video and people go, well, that's interesting. Then what you need to say to that same person is, listen, this gentleman not only has freedom, but he makes over $1 million a year. Do you know of anyone that would like to make that kind of money and have that kind of freedom? So when you run into people that make $5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand a month, most of them still don't have freedom.
What about if the people are asking, well, when are you going to be able to make this kind of money? What can you show me that's going to indicate to me that you know what you're doing?
Well, I'm just telling you up front, I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I'm working directly with Josh Wagle. Do you know of anyone that's helped someone make $12 million in a year?
No.
That's why I'm working directly with Josh Wagle, because he's done that. He's helped 20 people make over $1 million in a year. So as soon as they throw it towards you, that's when you got to throw it towards someone that's out earning them, that's making a bigger difference than them. Me, I do that from Jumpstart. So when I'm personally reaching out to somebody, James, I'm already talking about Josh and Jenna. I'm not talking about me. So that's how you answer those two questions.
Well, basically, I see further. She is enrolled somebody. His name is Joshua, ironically. She's enrolled Joshua, who's from the Philippines, who is also an executive. And I'm like, damn, you an executive and you enrolled an executive. Why am I talking to you?
Yeah, just keep doing that. The reason that you're talking to her and why we got to continue talking to people is because we keep going back and forth between these quadrants. See, even me personally, 36 years of doing this, and every once in a while, when I'm thinking about something, my mind immediately goes to a shortcut. I don't know why. I was like, God, I'm looking forward to going to master affiliate. That's $5 million in volume. I need about 50,000 people in my group. And my mind goes, maybe you should run advertising. My mind does that. Maybe I should run advertising. Robert, that's not duplicatable. People can't afford to do advertising. Well, maybe I can buy leads. Maybe I can buy leads and call all these leads. Stop it. Stop it. People are not going to be calling and call all these numbers and no one's interested. See, so even at 36 years in this industry and 61, the Dino's still there, James. The Dino's still there. The Dino's still going, hey, you know what? You could take a shortcut. You know what I mean? You could just invest all your money in crypto, and then you don't even have to talk to people ever again. And it's like, oh my God, maybe I'll invest in crypto. And then all of a sudden, crypto goes to nothing. And it's like, oh man, I knew better than that. I knew better than that.
Well, what if I'm only playing the devil's advocate.
What if a meteorite falls from the sky?
Because that's what they do. They play devil's advocate.
Okay, so just play what if back to them, James.
Okay.
As soon as they do a what if, go, what if we get told today and the next hour, on all the televisions, on all the radios, on all the internet, a meteorite is coming for the planet. Make sure you say hi and goodbye to everyone you love. We got 3 hours. What if that happens? Well, that's not going to happen. And neither is your stupid if question. Let's stop playing the what if game. Because now you're even asking questions that people haven't even asked yet. Now you're listening to Dino, and Dino's got a Dino talking. I'll tell him.
Actually, what I'm doing, I'm merely paraphrasing what is being told to me.
I know, but I just said that. Why would you have people say what if questions to you so you can say what if questions to me? Because we're human. Because we're just human. Just be aware when the what ifs or the negative things come to you or the blocks, right? Hey, Robert, what if we're selling broken glass? Are you still in? I don't think so. There's people right now that's reaching out to me all day, every day. I don't understand brand bucks. I don't understand. And I'm going like, man, do you got some crayons? Let's get some crayons and draw this out. Okay. This costs $5. You buy brand bucks first, and this costs $4. Yeah, but shut up! Answer the damn question. All right, let's do it again, because I know Dino's really all over you. This costs $5. Okay. You buy this first, and then you use this to buy this, and it's $4.
That's it.
Are you coming up with another stupid thought? I'm sure you are.
No, I'm not.
No.
I am not. Believe that. Marina, I've asked the question.
There you go. So
I've
now you
sent
get
you
to
the
show
video.
them. Now you get to share this video with them.
I'm gonna share the video with you, and you need to go do it, because I've talked to you about brand bucks. Don't get it twisted. I talked to you about brand bucks.
Yeah.
And you just had another explanation from Robert Hollis himself.
Yeah. Tomorrow is the first day of the month. And if everyone would trust me, every one of you would find a way tomorrow how to put this brand bucks on subscription. Every one of you. Because it's just called karma. Whether you think it's a good karma or a bad karma, if everyone on the first of every month just had a subscriptions to brand bucks, then you wouldn't be like the 95% of the people right now that's on the last day of the month going, oh my God, how am I going to get a position? How am I going to get qualified? Oh my God. It's like, listen, if it was stressful at the end of last month to qualify to make sure you get a check, stop doing that. You guys listen to what I'm going to tell you right now. There's people that are 500Ks, 250Ks, 100Ks, 50Ks. There's people at every rank in network marketing, not only just in MDC, in the whole world, that wait till the last frickin' second to qualify their spot. Since we're not supposed to say retarded, because that's politically incorrect, that's mentally a real serious problem that you got to change. Because you're living in scarcity. You're living in scarcity your whole entire month. You're just like going, well, I hope something comes together so I can actually make money this month. What the hell? Seriously. Monty, thank you for being honest. Yeah, it's like you want everyone on your team that on the first of the month, not the last day of the month, the first of the month, bam, they're all on subscription, they're all qualified. And now you're coming from a positive mindset the entire month.
Because people don't do what you say, they do what you do.
Bingo. Bingo. Do you think, how many of you have ever seen me do a, share my back office on Zoom? I can't imagine logging into my back office and it says not qualified, not binary qualified, not nothing qualified. Hey, you want to look at my back office? Now, see, some of you are going, well, Robert, I don't show anyone with my back office. I know. Pretty stupid. What do you mean? I showed my back offices when it said 0. My very first week in MDC, I was showing my back office and my paycheck was 0. Then I was showing my back office and it was $70. And then I showed my back office when it was $110. Then I showed my back office when it was $336. And then the next week it was $5,000. And you know what everybody said? How'd you make $5,000? By showing my back office when it says 0. I'm like, hey, let's all climb to the top of this mountain. Okay. Start freaking walking. I had some people reach out to me just recently. You guys will crack up. They go, Robert, do you got a second? I said, no, I don't. The end of the month is really, really fun for me. And they go, why? I just need a second. I go, listen, I don't have any time. I'm too busy doing 1K and 5K and 10K graphics, posting them online because I got a bunch of people in Nigeria that have the oldest smartphone they can find, and they're plugging in on Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi, and they're building this business and they can't do the graphics. So I got to do the graphics for them. And I got all my people in Nigeria, got another one, got another one, got another one, got another one, got another one. And then there's people that are not posting any of their people's graphics on their social media because they're so important. It's all about them. For me, it's all about them. So I want people to go to my Facebook and my social media and going, how does this guy create all these 1Ks? How does he create all these 5Ks, these 10Ks, these 25 and 50Ks? How does he do that? And you know what? He's been doing this his whole freaking career because their income is more important than mine. Their results are better than mine. So now people say, like your person, well, how are you doing? You know what? I'm learning from the same guy that's helping a bunch of Nigerian people impact their people. This guy has helped brand new Nigerians make $17,000, $20,000. Oh, did you say $20,000 a month? Yeah. How many people have you helped get there? Oh, I haven't helped anyone get there. You're in the wrong business. People that are in direct sales that are only in it for them to get check and no one in their group makes any money. See, I slid out of that in my 20s. At 20 years old, I hung around a mentor that showed me nothing but a bunch of pictures of him standing with people that all had checks of 10 grand or higher. That guy taught me my first month in the business that other people's stories were more important than mine. So I can go on someone's social media and immediately see, man, this person's all about them. They're all about me. See what I did? See my new tennis shoes? See my new handbag? It's like, what the hell?
What if my circle is not grand? What if I have a very small circle? What if I have a bunch of?
Then you make it bigger. I had someone one time, best objection that I got. Well, I'm not a people person. You know what my response to them?
Become a people person.
I go, would you like to be a people person? Well, I don't have any friends. Would you like to have more friends? It's like, are you kidding me? I don't have any money. Would you like to have some money? It's like, oh my God. James, thank you very much for the question.
Thank you for your answers. I
love and appreciate you. You're the best. You're the best. I know for those of you that thinks I was being rough on James, James loves people, man. James just loves people. So he always are asking questions to help his people. So I see that you also were a super chatter. Super chatter, James. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate you.
Thank you. My honor.
James, thank you so much. And yes, thank you for the super chat. And by the way, for those of you that would like to donate and become a super chatter, very simple. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a button on the bottom of the chat that's got a $sign in it. Click on that and you can donate, and all the money that is donated goes to organizations that Robert supports. So help us out, help us grow those as well as you. Thank you so very much. James, again, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and continue with more Ask Me Anything. This time, let's go to Bill Shoemaker. Bill, please open up and share with us.
Thank you, Greg Jackman. Robert, I just love you.
I love you too, Bill.
Wow. Yeah, I love your videos. And it's really, I was born with the employee mindset, and it's so hard to get out of it, but I'm making progress. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm making progress. So anyway, I'm really starting to master the mundane.
Good.
And my question for you, you always say that God loves speed, right? And my circle of influence on Facebook is mainly affiliate marketers, network marketers, email marketers, and that's what I run into all the time. My question is, when I run into like a friend request for like an email marketer, they're going to try to sell you leads and email marketing.
Sure.
Am I wasting my time dealing with all these people, or just run the numbers anyway?
No, you're definitely wasting your time with them.
Right.
Totally wasting your time. My pitch to somebody else that's already in a business is, what can I say or do to get you to take a serious look at what I'm doing?
Right.
And get this, when we're really talking about this, I know this is going to sound crazy, Bill, but you'll get it. But when you're really, really talking about a different level of vibration and different level of frequency, do you know those people do not contact me at all?
Wow.
They don't. If you reached out to all the people that have their own business, are involved in a marketing thing, and you're going, listen, have you heard of Robert Hollis? Don't reach out to that dude. That guy will fry you. He'll make you second guess every damn thing you've ever done in your life. So I am in a vibration where this will really blow you guys away. I don't go after network marketing leaders. Do you know why? They already know everything. They're uncoachable. They've had a little bit of success. They think they know what they're doing. They're not coachable. I'd rather take a Joshua Daramella and stuff him down everyone's throat over and over and over again. Because I used to be a nobody. I used to know nothing about marketing. I used to make no money. My mentor was amazing at taking people that didn't even know what the concept of network marketing was and turn them into multimillionaires. The worst people that I deal with right now are people that have already, if you don't believe them, ask them. They really, truly believe they know everything. They've read the books, they've gone through the courses, they've hired the coaches, they've been through everything. And if they logged into their back office and showed you what they made the last 3 months, you'd want to cry with them.
Yep.
You'd want to cry. What do you mean you have no group volume? Because they don't have the capacity to humble themselves, wash everything away, and believe that a different way of doing this business is possible. So that's why I spend all my time with people that don't know anything about this industry. I show them a theoretical example, and it emotionally messes them up, Bill, just the way it did me. I'm talking to a guy that made 62 grand last month, and he's showing me a simple theoretical example where I'm going to be able to do the most amazing things for my family for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. Bill even said this to me one time. He said, Robert, listen, you are in racing. He goes, yeah. He goes, name one of your favorite racers. I said, Rick Mears. And he goes, oh, the guy that's won multiple Indy 500s. I said, yeah. And he says, where do you think he's going to be 10 years from now? And I go, retired? He's not going to be winning the Borg Warner Trophy, is he? No. Why? Well, because he's older. His reflexes are not where they are. He's been through a couple of wrecks and he's a little more cautious than he used to be. And he goes, great. Do you realize that every professional athlete in the world has the same problem? But if you master helping people change their lives, you'll do this until the day you die. You master in here and master in your heart your ability to get other people inspired, give them hope, give them a belief that one day they can buy a piece of property and build their mother and their siblings a home. I'd like some of you to try to get Joshua Daramella out of this business. There's nothing you guys can do. Nothing. Because it's not just the money with him. It's me taking the time to help him go through all the dinos and all the employee mentalities. And what made me successful, Bill, was simple. It's not my ability to think that I could do it. I knew my mentor could do it. So I just made sure I got as many people in front of him as fast as I could.
There you go.
Listen to this. There's not been one frickin' person in my network marketing career that has put me in front of 72 people in their first 30 days. Not one. Not one. They'll put a couple in front of me and then they'll hit a rank and then they don't put people in front of me anymore. Then their business disappears and now there's something wrong with the business or something wrong with this marketing or something. It's like, I have no idea what clicks in their head that if I put people in front of my mentor, I get a rank and I get a check and they get a rank and they get a check. Then I put more people in front of my mentor and I hit a bigger rank. My people hit a bigger rank and we all get bigger checks, and then new people get new ranks and new checks. So if you watch me, it's like the people that are hitting 1K are not the people that hit 1K last month, because I already did recognition for them. And they're not the ones that hit 1K the one before that. So just in the Nigeria group, we're around 140 people that have ranked. You can't create momentum like that and not have it work. But that's taking interest in somebody else's income and putting them in front of people that can inspire them and get them into action. So, Bill, you always pull the good stuff out of me, man. So does John.
Yeah, good stuff, brother. Good stuff. So I need to change my strategy a little bit because, you know, the Mary Valchik training was amazing, but her thing was when she had people in common with, like more people, that was the people she wanted to connect to. But she had different people in common, evidently, because all my people in common are network marketers and affiliate marketers. You know what I mean?
But the statement that you said is not a true statement.
No.
Not every one of them are affiliate email network marketers. Not all of them.
Well, I mean, when it comes up, how the people that have the most in common, when I look at them, they are, is what I'm saying. The people that I have more in common with when it comes up on your group, the group training where you're adding your friends.
Right.
People that I have a lot in common with, the larger number, the more larger number of network marketers and affiliate marketers. So I need to just pick people that are not.
So wow, what a concept.
Duh.
Yeah, what a concept. Yeah, there's so many people out there that don't get me wrong, they're just living life so freaking small. Oh my God. And it's like, that's all I'll say. So they got stuck in the small world of not having leverage and residual, and they just stay there. It's just stayed there. I can't afford to be an affiliate marketer. I can't afford to be an email marketer. I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I got 2,500 children to take care of. I can't afford to be playing small. So I'm looking for people that have prayed recently that they need a way out. And some of them could be old network marketers or old affiliate marketers or old email marketers, but they're going to get burnt out. They're going to get burnt out. So they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then a lot of them are my friends as well. And it's, oh my God, this company didn't pay us anymore. Oh my God. It's like, now we're going to go to another affiliate program. And it's like, wow. Wow. It's like, I don't know, Bill.
Yeah, well, I run into a lot of people that know you.
Yeah.
And I know what he's doing, but I don't do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be neat just to say to them, because part of getting into someone's mind and heart is just going, and let me do this to you, Bill, because this is recorded, so you'll know how to do it. If you said, Bill, listen, have you ever watched Robert Hollis go through his back office? Is there anything in your heart that wish you understood how to build a group of 20,000 active people that made you $2,300 a day on average every day for 5.5 years? Is there frickin' anything in you that went, maybe this guy knows something that we don't. I don't do what he does, but I sure in the hell don't have what he has. See, that's the mind-boggling thing to me. It's like if we're talking about racing, and you guys know my story of standing, in Michigan 500, winning with an Indy car, getting on ABC Wild World of Sports. I'm that level. And I'm always talking to people that are like, well, Jim Joe Bob races go-karts every other Friday. It's like, really?
The
I
problem,
get it.
the problem is they're just stuck in their own head. And I can relate to that. You got to get out of your own head.
Yeah. And that's why I've been doing those videos. It's like, I guarantee if someone watches, what kind of consumer are you? Or what's your business philosophy? They don't understand. Everyone that you guys know, the reason they don't understand is because, thank God, I had a mentor that said, your thinking and philosophy needs to frickin' change. Okay. This is the way you have to think. You find a brand new person that has no hope, no belief, no nothing, no self-esteem, no nothing. And you grab them, you put your freaking arm around them. You show them a theoretical example and you get them a freaking check. And then you do it to the person below that. And then you do it to the person below that. Yes, sir. You never went to my mentor and said, hey, I'm duplicated. I enrolled someone today. Oh, really? Did you help them bring in someone that got a check and then help that person bring in to get a check? If you're not 3 levels deep with people that are getting a check, then you haven't duplicated. You're just lying to yourself. You listened to somebody else that told you that racing go-karts with your friends during the weekend is the same thing as winning the Indianapolis 500. It is not. It's not even the same level. Well, I'm just doing my little deal, selling my little stuff. It's like, come on, man. That's why I've never understood big ticket people. Never understood them. So your goal is to make money and not help anybody else get their dreams. No, Robert, it's not that way. It's not that way. People have to want it. They gotta be willing to go through the schools of hard knocks, just like I did. So you're really willing just to leave as many dead bodies as you possibly can. Just constantly going through, taking people's money, and just leaving all those people with no return on their investment. That sounds different now, doesn't it? And then you wonder, how can you get out of that karma? First thing you got to do, regardless of the religious belief you've been in, stop it.
Bob Newhart.
Yeah, just realize, man, well, how'd you do last month? I made $22,000. Great. How'd you do that? Well, I brought in like 6-7 people at $5,000. And how are they getting their money back? That's not my problem. That's not my problem. It's like, Jesus, wow. Because see, doing it is one thing. Then being aware that you're doing something and hurting people and you just do it anyway. Wow. That's why I've walked away from some of these companies. Because the second that I realized that the company wasn't fulfilling what I was telling them they could, I got to go. I got to go. I can't keep just bringing people in for money just to make money. That's why I stopped doing a brand. So thanks, Bill.
Love you, brother.
I love you, brother. Yeah. So the answer to your question is go after the little people, man.
Thank you.
I was a little broke person. Little broke people can do some amazing things, man.
Right.
Give them a chance, show them the direction, watch what they do.
There we go.
I love you, Bill. You're awesome, man.
You too, brother.
Okay.
Bill, thank you so very, very much. I love how everybody, Robert, brings something unique to the table here on Ask Me Anything and
Always.
pulls it right out of you.
Always.
And it just shows you how amazing these AMAs, Ask Me Anything, is with the amazing Robert Hollis. Those of you watching on YouTube, please don't forget to hit the like button. And we appreciate it. Also, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you get all of our YouTube videos that we are sharing with you. 6,152 people can't be wrong. That's how many subscribers we have to our channel. Let's see you become 6,153, 4, 5, and so on.
Yes. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you. All right. Jody Falcon, you're coming up. John Tier, so are you, but Jody's first. So Jody, please unmute yourself and please share with us.
Hi, Robert. Hi, everybody. Oh my
Jody,
God.
how are you?
Blessed and highly favored, as are you,
Yes.
everybody here. I'm going to ask my question first,
Okay.
and then I have an amazing win. Okay. So my question is, when it comes to birthday salutations that you send out, if the person is responding, do you go into your 3 steps and give them a gift, mention, everything else?
Great question. No, I do not. The birthday wishes it's just keep this connection with them, right? Later on, I might do that. You know what I mean? So as I'm going through my list, but that whole phrase, how would I feel if, how would I act if? Hey, Jody, I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I hope you have the best year ever. And oh, by the way, I was wondering if you could do me a huge personal favor. Yeah, that would not make me feel good. Because I'm going like, boy, I'm going to go for a big word here today. Disingenuous.
Huh.
Hey, pat myself on the back. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. So what I do is, here's the only reason I do birthdays. I do birthday wishes so I can see who's no longer connected.
Okay.
So when I go the next year, you guys, wow, talk about long-term thinking here, right? So from the time that I started Facebook, if I leave someone a message and then it comes up on their birthday again, right? And I see that I left them a message last year and they haven't even responded to that message yet. No like, no comment, no nothing. Then I will leave them a message in Messenger. And if I get no reply, so now think about this. Now, next year, we're talking 2 years now, right? I see that it was 2 years ago. I left them a message on their wall, wishing them a happy birthday, no likes, no comments. I then click on message and they haven't made any comment or anything on that one either. That's an unfriend for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got to consistently unfriend people to bring in new people.
Right.
So now whenever I build an organization, it's funny how many new people now are asking me to be friends. And so I'd rather have a person that I'm connected with right now, helping them make their dreams come true, instead of someone that's just no longer interacting on social media. So I do know a lot of people that just go, I'm done with social media. I'm not doing anything with social media anymore. And I'm going, okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
So,
very.
so the reason for me doing birthdays is me to consistently sort out people that are no longer connected on social media.
Gotcha. So let me tell you what happened this past Wednesday. I was asked to go to lunch by a former teacher friend of mine. And this is going back 20 years now. I was the assistant principal and she was second grade teacher. So 2 weeks ago, I had posted about my side hustle.
Okay.
And she responded out of the clear blue sky. I mean, I haven't heard from her on Facebook in probably 15 years. Oh, Mary, I want more information, blah, blah, blah. So we finally are able, we have lunch this past Wednesday. I'm so stoked, I can't stand it. So we're sitting there and she's really made some extremely poor choices since she's been retired. One of them led her to bankruptcy. Now she's in her third network marketing company. Red flags are going up, right? Right? Yeah. So, and she's telling me this long story. And every once in a while I can chime in, but I'm chiming in with Robert isms.
Good for you, Jody. Good for you.
So
I still use Rogerisms and Billisms. They're ingrained in me, man.
It was just so amazing. So, okay, now she's chatting or doing whatever, and I have my hands on my lap. I actually pinch my arm. Oh yeah, it's me, because you were so in my head. It was like I channeled you. It was amazing. So then lunch is over, right? And she says, well, I think I'm going to join. I says, well, you know what, my love, I don't think this is a good time for you to join. So what I want you to do now, let's go back 20 years when I was your assistant principal and you're the second grade teacher. Here's your assignment. I gave her this book, The Secret Behind the Secret. And I said, call me as soon as you're finished reading the book. And then I have a 30-day assignment for you. And then after that, we can get together and see if this is going to be a fit for you. And you know what? Beautiful. Under my previous training with my former upline, that would have been a huge no.
Right.
You go after every single person as long as they have a heartbeat. That's who you want. And and that's why I didn't fit in there.
Jody,
but I fit in here.
Jody,
I love you guys.
Jody, that was such a win. And I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so proud of you because you trusted your instincts and feelings about her going from company to company to company because she was desperate.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's going to show up in another company, yours, and sign up under you and still think this is, using the product and slamming people and closing them.
Right.
And so until the person can get their philosophy correct, do you guys realize why, Bill told me to go pick up this book and read it?
Get your head straight.
Get my head and my freaking heart straight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt at all. And here's just another one, Jody, I'm just so proud of you, is if you guys say this, if this is just such a great thing to say to people, because I used to do it to people all the time, is I would say, what do you think is really honestly the difference between my results and yours? And people would always go, well, I don't know, maybe you work harder, maybe, you put in more hours. Everything had to do with individualism. Everything has to do. And I said, no. I said, the reason that I get better results than most people is because of the people that mentored me. Because prior to meeting them, I wasn't doing well. But when I met them, they were able to switch my philosophy of thinking. And I say this all the time. I pray people that are watching this right now, and I'm saying this to you, Judy, I pray one day that you guys look into your back office of whatever company you're with, and you really get to feel what it feels like to know that literally hundreds of people get paid in your group every week. Instead of this mentality of closing people and going to the next and closing people and going to the
Oh,
next.
right. I know. Oh my God. I was such a misfit
Yeah.
in the other group. I mean, I was also a very good student. I did what I was told, but the results stunk.
Yeah.
I was totally unhappy. I felt really like a peddler of a brown bottle.
Yeah.
That's
That's
all.
why, listen, that's why people in general don't like this industry.
Yeah.
But let's take it one more step. That's also why people don't like salespeople.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first met my mentor, he goes, I just said, I don't like sales. I'm not interested in doing sales. And he asked me why. Very rarely do people listen and ask why someone feels the way they feel. And he said, why? And I said, I'm a mechanic. I said, you ever talk to a service writer? And he goes, well, unless you want your car fixed on. I said, so you pull up and you talk to this guy that's a service writer. That service writer writes down what may be the problem with your vehicle, and then he brings it to the mechanic. The mechanic will look at your vehicle and say, oh, my worst story ever, Judy, is the one that snapped me. So this lady comes in, she's got a toddler and she's got a newborn.
Oh.
She comes in, and when you moved her car, the squealing noise was awful, really awful. I pull it in, jack it up, knew it was coming from the front, took the front tires off, and there was a rock. Somehow the rock got into her wheel, and it was going against the what is called a dust plate for the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
It was rock on metal.
Ooh.
I pull it out, the rock falls off. I'm spinning the calipers and the rotors. Everything's fine. I look at the brakes are fine. Put the tires back on, bring out the work order to the service writer and tell the service writer, listen, it was just a rock in her caliper. And I said, it fell out. There's nothing the car needs. About 20 minutes later, he comes back with the work order and says, put front brakes on the car. And I'm like, it doesn't need front brakes. And he goes, do you want to keep your job? Put front brakes on the car. So if you guys always notice, the waiting area for people always is opposite of the parts department.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why, while you're sitting there waiting for your car to get fixed, maybe you can get some mud flaps, maybe you can get some nice chrome things to go on your locks. You guys notice that all the extra stuff that they sell for your car, the car cover, everything's right there. So I'm going up to the window to get the front brakes, and I look through the window, and this lady's sitting there with a toddler and this newborn baby, and she's crying. So I step away from the window. I go in the waiting room. We're not allowed in there. And I said, what's wrong? And she said, well, the service writer told me I need to put brakes on my car and I don't have any money. And he said to me, you don't seem to be the kind of mother that would want to put her children in such danger.
Oh, that's awful.
Because they're salespeople. And I looked at her and I said, I could lose my job for doing this, but you need to tell him that you have an emergency and you need to leave immediately. Your car's ready. When I get out, I'm going to put the tires on it and I'm going to pull it around front. I want you to walk out and go, my car's right there. I got to go. I said, do you trust me? And she goes, I do. And then she gets up and gives me a hug. She says, thank you so much. I couldn't do it. So
I cry.
that's why I don't like salespeople, because bottom line, they don't give a shit.
Right.
But that's painting a pretty broad brush, because there are salespeople that do care. I mean, I live in Montana. There's, the people here that you invite over to your home, and it's like the heater's not working. This little diode's run. All right, fix it. What do I owe you? Nothing. What do you mean nothing? I had an extra diode. I always take diodes out of old furnaces we change, and I just had one. I just threw it in. No big deal. You'll get me later. So not all people suck.
No, well, true. Very true. Very.
But do you see why I emotionally didn't want to be a salesperson? I didn't want to be the person that would take money away from somebody with them having hopes to make more money when I knew they couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Jody, that's the kind of person you are.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's exactly how I felt at lunch with Barbara.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. That's it.
And
Thank you.
And if the student's ready and the teacher appears and she reads that book,
Mhm.
then she comes back to you and says, thank you. And you go, listen, if you want to do this business, I'm going to share with you a different way of doing it. But it's something that you can't wait to see the people that you brought in the business. Every person that I've ever brought in the business, if they see me, the very first thing they'll say to me, are you still crushing it? Yeah, I am. I know why it didn't work for me. Why? Me.
Right.
See, they're not looking at me and going, oh, Robert, you got me to buy $5,000 worth of water filters and I still can't park in my freaking garage. You asshole. Because it's like, and not to get off track, but Craig, you can post this in the group, but that's why I did that whole series on this. The reason I did the whole series on this is because that guy would give this book to people and say, read the first 3 chapters. If this sounds like something you'd like to learn how to do, give me a call back and I'll talk about the vehicle. Because he didn't want to bring people into a company that didn't understand that this was about getting other people results.
Wow.
Thank you, Jody.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you, Craig. And thank you,
Hi,
Matt.
Luna.
Buddy.
Hi, Luna.
Hi,
Love you,
Luna.
Jody.
Okay, she's looking.
Hi, Luna.
Everybody wave to Luna.
Love you, Jody. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Jody, thank you so very, very much. Appreciate that. Okay, John Tier, Jerome Marshall, you're coming up. John Tier, you are next. Go ahead, unmute yourself, and please share.
Hey.
How are
Man,
you, John?
I'm just so great, man. I'm just so excited. Just excited,
What's up, man? What's up?
One thing that's up is my income. So the other thing that's up is I'm about to be a granddad again.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Very cool.
I think that's like really
That is huge.
awesome.
That is huge.
Yeah. So but man, let me just I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum, with Bill, when he's talking about affiliate marketers and network marketers. I got the John Wick mentality. Let them come. That's what I have the mentality. Let them come, because before Brand Bucks, we had a pretty nice sword.
Yeah.
Brand Bucks, we have
Yeah,
Yeah. So I don't care what company they're with. It doesn't make me any difference.
right.
Because my question will always be, let me ask you this real simple thing. I'll say, so does your company allow you to get involved for free and be able to make money without ever selling a product or buying a product? See that it's game over now.
Yeah.
Or when people say, or if I know that they're an affiliate, because I like the fact that they're affiliate with something. So I'm on the opposite end of that because I get to ask them, so I noticed that you're an affiliate with so-and-so or whatever. Is there anything I can say or do to get you to take a serious look at what I'm doing? And their response is, well, what is it that you're doing?
Yeah,
See, I love that because
right.
I know if you ask me that question, you're not happy with where you are. You're looking.
Yes.
And see, if I don't ask you, somebody else may ask you, and then you might go join them because I didn't ask you, because I had the Dino in my head. No, Dino is gone.
Yeah, the what if Dino is
Right. So I don't care what company I'm with. It doesn't make me any difference. If I send you a friend request and you come back and you pitch me, that's great because I've got something. I got brand books. You can't handle brand books. I know you can't. And if I see and I get to you first, I'm going to ask you, hey, is there anything I can do to get you to take a serious look at what I'm doing? And that's good. You're either going to tell me yes or you're going to tell me no. Yes, tell me no, tell me something got to go. That's all that comes down to. So I don't even care. But one thing I also noticed is that as I've been doing this, Facebook's algorithm has now made suggestions about different groups to go and take a look at. And guess what? Some of those groups contain people that are not affiliates. They're not in network marketing. So the more I do this, the more the algorithm begins to say, oh, okay, well, maybe we should suggest this to him. So I wrote down about 10 or 12 pages that they suggested they were outside. I think only one of them was like a network marketing company or something like that. But they gave me. I'm
not connected to any of those groups.
And wait, here's okay. Now wait, I got to look around because I'm getting ready to release something here. I found out that you don't have to join the group to be able to talk to the people that are in the group.
Nice. There you go. That's a great one.
I was like, oh, because I can just go to the group, hit people, and that list will still populate. And I go down to members of things in common. I also found out that the more people, so I thought if there's more people that had people in common, then it would be, harder. No, it's just the opposite. When you have more people in common, there are more people that you can talk to. There are more people so I mean, 50 a day, I do 50 a day. Sometimes it takes me about.
It's like, I don't understand the concept of, I don't know. That used to be the number one objection that I couldn't get past back in the day was, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. Well, that's why I would do the theoretical example and then start going through the description of the person that they knew. Because, every lazy, poor person knows an unlazy, rich person or someone doing financially better than them. Mm-hmm. And so that was always that, a 0 could get me to a 2, that could get me to a 4, that could get me to a 6. And I would just constantly drive this until I found someone that had a center of influence, and they would do are you kidding me? They really would. I go, listen, I'm working with a guy right now that's making 62 grand a month. And they're like, no way. And now we have back offices. So it's still funny how I'm bringing in a whole new group. You guys are going to hear about them from Poland. Gee whiz.
Robert,
I got chills right now because these people are monsters. I'm pulling them all out of another company. And as soon as I got them on the deal, I said, I know you guys want to ask questions and I want to help you answer those, but is there any way possible that I can just show you my back office? And I went in there and I said, yeah, I got just a little over 20,000 people, 3,500 people on subscription. I said, you know, Terry and I've made 4.6 million in earnings. And I said, but that's not important. And I always go to rank advancements, new rank advancements. And I said, so this is how many people have ranked this month. Then I said, this is how many people that ranked last month. And then this is how many people ranked the month before. And then I go to commission calculator and I click on it and I said, look, I said, the 1Ks got $100 bonus. The 5Ks got a $500 bonus. The 10Ks got a $1,000 bonus. I said the 25Ks got a $2,500 bonus. And I said, so you see the 425Ks there, they made $4,100 in upfront money. So I could tell you what I've made, or I could share with you and keep going through every month of all the people that the first Thursday of every month, these are the bonuses up front they're getting. And one guy raised his hand and he said, I don't have any more questions. And I said, so my goal is for you to get as many people in as you possibly can, and then show them that you're building their business, and then show them the advantages of buying brand bucks. And I said, if I could just give you guys one example. I said, I have, and I get to tell the story again. I stopped telling the story. I said, I have a girl named Kristen Woodman in my group. Now, when I met her, she's a personal fitness coach and a volleyball coach. And I said, so when I found her, she joined me because she wanted to learn how to do this business, but she's really, really busy. She really loves what she does. And I said, well, listen, just give me one person that you think might be interested. And so after I did the theoretical, she introduced me to Phil and Deanna Stevenson. And these people made a full-time income with Herbalife. And so when they came over and started working with me, I said, Christian Woodman made over $300,000 in MDC by introducing me to one person. Because she got 30% off front level, and their residual check. I said, with this card right here, you get one level with matching checks. So I said, do you guys know of some people that you think that you could introduce me to, where you know when you introduce them to me, I'll show my back office and the person would go, for the love of God, I finally found someone that knows how to do this business, and then you just override them? And then guess what? If they bring some leaders underneath them, then I'll show you how to override them. And if they bring some leaders underneath them, I'll show you how to override them. And this guy goes, why would you even talk about any of the products in the company? And I said, because they're awesome.
Yeah.
But when you're so good at sharing the business that the people no longer go, when are the products? And they're not in my area. And they're, you know, it's like, that's when you know that you got them. So I showed Josh's theoretical example. And I said, so what, John, what do you want to make? I want to make 10 grand a month. Great. Let's go out and get the people. It was just, this is going to be fun.
Man, I'm telling you, you know, when he first mentioned brand books, you know, my mind was going through, okay, how does this work? How does this work? How does this work? And as I began to really begin to listen, I'm saying, man. And then I heard you say something the other day about how people, you know, really looking at the brand books and how they're just building brand books. And I said, wow, you know, there's no other company on the planet that I'm aware of that has this concept.
I guess what the next step is going to be. Josh, when he gets this really honed in, then you'll be able to transfer, like you do your prepaid travel points. You'll be able to give people brand bucks. Anyone in the company. And so, yeah, that is like out of control right there.
You know, Robert, earlier in your opening statement, you told me basically, and again, as I'm shifting my mind as being a business owner, and you told me how to qualify every month. It just means you need to set up another franchise over here on this side. You set a
Amen.
franchise here on this side, and you
Amen.
fund those franchises so
Yeah.
that you can stay qualified.
Yeah. And I tell people, people don't know that, you know, once you purchase any one of the brand bucks, then as long as you're doing 90 in points a month, you keep that. So when I told these guys that if they could come in here, they now get paid 4 levels of check matching. And then every month they just need to do 90 in personal volume and they still get paid 4 levels as long as they stay qualified as an executive or higher. And the guy goes, so you would buy this one time and then just do 90? I go, no, I would do that one. And then next month on the 1st, I'd be on subscription with brand bucks. And then I'm accumulating not only brand bucks, but every time I get qualified every month, I get another 200 in travel points and they accumulate. And he's just like going, other companies are in trouble. And I'm going, hey, you know.
That's why I say, let them come. Let them come. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Because
you, John.
when we really get this out here,
Mhm.
people are going to flip. I mean, it's this is so huge because even those people with a big ticket mentality, they're $70.99 sitting out there, $200 a pop.
They're still not thinking residual though.
No.
You find anybody that's out there in the affiliate world, and I can show you their Facebook page, and they're in something different than they were a year ago. And people ask, why do affiliate programs that are single tier or double tier, why do they go out of business? They go out of business because everybody's heard of them, and it's no longer making people money. It's the real definition of, hey, how many people you have in your group that are making money? Only me. That's not going to last. That's not going to last. So selling seminars is hard. Selling courses is hard. I'd rather help people make money and just have them as satisfied affiliates that are consumers. And so, John,
Yep.
anything else you got? There's just so many great people in the inner circle and people that are close friends of mine that when we get on here, we just take our vibration to a different level because we're so excited about where this is going.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. Love you, man.
John, thank you.
Craig, I did see Arthur put in something here, and I this will probably be one of those questions that people will say there is something wrong with me.
Go for it.
If someone dies, do you still keep them as a friend on Facebook? Of course not. Of course not. Why? Because now I'm connected to them in a better way. So now I don't have to go to Facebook to leave them a message. I can just leave them a message.
From here.
Okay. Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah, and actually I'm going to follow up. Jerome, you're coming up, so hang on, please. Thank you so much. Jamie was asking, and I know the answer to it, but let's hear it straight from you. And you kind of answered it there with John, but I want Jamie to get her question in. What if we buy in at $199? Can you upgrade to the $7.99 when you can, and then subscribe to the $199?
Yes. Yes. And then you'll notice after you purchase any of the brand bucks, now there's a top off one in there that you can top off for $5. And you can buy as many $5 ones as you want. So if there's anything that you were wanting to purchase and you're a little short, then you can just say, well, I'm $11 short, then get two top offs at $5 in brand bucks. Very good.
There we go. Thank you so much, Jamie, for that follow-up question. Jerome Marshall, thank you so much, bro, for your patience. Go ahead, open up, and please share with us.
Hey, team. What's up, y'all?
Blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. Jerome, what's up with you, man?
Hey, I got an announcement. I got my man Malik Tyler on the line here on the Zoom. He's the ones make our t-shirts, and
Wow, awesome. Hi, Malik. Thank you very much.
yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. So I just wanted to welcome him, and that's the guy. If you look at for your t-shirts, that's the guy right there.
Well,
There you
thank you,
go.
Malik. I can't wait to put one of the shirts on, and very rarely do you not see me with a flowered shirt on. But Malik, I'm going to wear yours when it gets here. I promise.
I bet you could make you a shirt with the flower and put are you kidding me on it too. I believe that he can.
There's not a doubt in my mind that Malik could do anything that you asked him to.
Yeah, he's a wonderful man of God. So I just wanted to shout him out, and then yeah, the brand bucks. That's where we got to go. You know, and I'm thinking about getting people residual income and changing their lives. You know, changing that mindset. So I thank all you for mentioning that. So because that's changing my mindset as we speak here, and I also want. I'm glad that Malik is here to witness. Witness what you're talking about, because
what I'm laying down.
What's that?
I said, you wanted to share with him what I'm laying down, brother.
That's right. But you're laying out the track, man. You're laying out the track, you know what I'm saying? So I want him to witness, you know, what we do. You know what I'm saying? It's all about people business. So his business is doing well, and you know, with now with us, you know what I'm saying, as affiliate of mine, he's gonna go even further, you know, with hearing what you're saying. So I just wanted to just give a shout out to you guys, and you give a shout out to Malik. So
well, thank you, Jerome. I love you, and Malik, thank you very much.
Love appreciate
you. To close this out, you guys, I'll share with you, like, when you really have ears to hear, and you hear people that are doing better than you, you'll see that they will always be sharing a philosophy that you don't have. So I'll never forget when I first heard Richard Branson, you know, the Virgin brand, right? When I first heard him interviewed, and he was going, so what makes you unique? And he goes, I just think Americans are hilarious. And he goes, and the guy goes, why? And he goes, they're always wanting to be the biggest and baddest company. They're so freaking competitive. He goes, it's like nothing makes any sense unless they're the biggest and the baddest. And he said, me personally, now listen the way I talk. He said, if one of my CEOs of one of my 700 companies doesn't know the first name of every person under them in employment, I will take the president or the vice president from that company and start a competitive company against the one that he already knows everything about. He goes, I don't want big companies that don't know their people. He said, so every one of my CEOs were a person that started in the mailroom or sweeping the floors. And he says, I always find people within my companies and I work them up to a place that they all work together and make the company so big that the CEO doesn't know everyone's name. And now it's time to start a competitive company against myself. Because it shouldn't be about competition. It should be that we're still not servicing billions of people. So the larger the company gets, the less the people feel like they're part of a cause. The people no longer feel like they're creating anything. So I need all the people within the company to be cohesive, that know each other, that's got each other's back. And he goes, so I just want 700, $100 million companies. I don't want a $2 trillion company. Isn't that crazy? And then he says, then the other thing that I do is that everyone's fighting over the cheapest. I just don't understand that. My cell phone service is cheaper than your cell phone service, and we'll give you away a phone. And if you come here, he's going, there's 100 companies that are all competing against each other. I don't want to be that. I want to be the person that has great customer service, and I'm going to charge you more for cellular service than anybody. And I want the people that use my service or fly my airlines or go to my island or go to my cruise ships, I want them to be able to say the name of my brand and everybody goes, ooh, ooh. He goes, so when people say, oh, I just went to London, they don't say they went to London and they flew Delta. I went to London and I flew United. I went to London and went on American. He goes, whenever you hear someone that flies on one of my planes, they go, well, my wife and I just got back from London and we flew on Virgin. Because then everybody goes, ooh. Because they go, man, normal tickets like $1,000. Flying on Virgin is like $5,000. He goes, everything that I do is for the top 5%. I am not interested in marketing to people that want the cheapest of freaking anything. Those people will pay the cheapest price and they still freaking complain. He goes, you sell people the highest price stuff and they're proud of it and they tell everybody. So when you hear people talk about that philosophy, you go, wow, there's a whole market out there of selling to people that are 5%ers. Yep. It's going to sound like I'm bragging, and I guess I am. When I went shopping for my first Rolls Royce, I walked in, I looked at the car, and I go, this is nice. And he goes, you're serious, aren't you? And I said, what do you mean? He said, you didn't ask me any questions about the car. You didn't ask to take it for a test drive because you already know what this car cost. And I got chills and I went, yes, I do. And he goes, and because of that is why you're going on a test drive. So got my wife in it, my kids in it, driving around in a $330,000 car. Look at Craig nodding his head. It's like Craig's been in the car. You guys want to know how prideful I am on my car? Everybody got to drive my car. If I knew you at that time, you were driving my Rolls Royce, right, Craig?
100%.
Because my team helped me get it. My team helped me get it. They deserve to be in the car. They deserve to drive the car. So I had it for like a 3-year lease. I think I put like 4,000 miles on it. You know who drove the car more than me? My son, Kyle, my youngest son. Because every time me and Terry needed to go to airport, we go, hey, will you take us? And he goes, yeah, if I get to drive the Rolls. I said, yeah, no problem. So if I'm not available, by the way, you guys, on Monday, tomorrow I'm going to try to do a live. And Monday I'm going to try to do a live, but I might not because I got to go to Salt Lake to pick up Terry's new Christmas present. Yeah. So she's getting a new super fancy customized Tesla S Plaid. So 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds in a quarter mile, 152 miles an hour. Yeah, it's so yeah, the lease ran up on the X. So got to trade it in on a new vehicle for Christmas.
Wow.
So yeah, listen to people that got what you want and listen to their philosophy on how they get it. But you guys stop listening to people that tell you that they're good and start asking them to show you their income. We're living in a crazy world. And if someone won't show you their deposits and their checking account for the last 60, 90 days, man, would you stop listening to wannabe broke people that haven't helped anyone make any money? It's like you can stay in it for a little while, but you should have the awareness that if you don't have other people that are sending you messages thanking you for changing their lives, then you're not in the same business that I am. Yeah, it's like, life's too short just to be taking money from people and not helping them get it back. So, yeah. So thank you, everyone. I love you and appreciate you, Craig. And I don't know, maybe there was a couple other questions or no?
No, we are good. We took care of everybody's Ask Me's today.
So Craig, go ahead and close it out. You're the hostess with the mostest. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and you mean so much to me.
Fantabulous. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for being here and participating in the AMAs. If you want all the information that is in the chat, go ahead, if you're watching on Zoom, and click on the 3 dots in the chat window, and then click on Save Chat. It will download to your computer at the conclusion of this AMA. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, no problem. We got you covered, because after a little while, once this is concluded, those items will appear. If not on the chat, I will make sure that those links get put on the description below the video. And I got to thank you to everybody who has participated in today's AMA. Thank you to Bill Shoemaker, James Saunders, Jody Falcon, John Tier, Jamie, Jerome Marshall, Arthur Waino, and Matt Hollis. Bless you, man. Thank you so much for being our executive producer and for putting these things together, for being our guide and helping us get this done. And of course, the amazing Robert Hollis.
Thank you,
Bless
Craig.
you, my friend. Thank you so very much for being here, for being our guide, for sharing all of you with us. And speaking of all of you, thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you very soon. Please have a great weekend. Be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. And I'm going to unmute everyone so that we can all say so long. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Craig.
See you later.
Thank you.
Yes. See you guys.
John, Bill, James, Jerome, Mike, Kevin, Monty, Petey, Ty, Karen, Eric, Arthur, Deborah, John, Daniel, Dustin, John, Arlene, Sarah, Doctor, Coach Curtis, man, Malik,
Nice to meet you, sir.
thank you,
Nice to
Malik,
meet you.
thank you, Matthew, Linda, Melody. Yes, anyone? Monty, Kevin. Thank you, guys.